I met Muffy, we're both members of SPIN, which is the Silk Painters International organization, and I met her through that. We've collaborated on several different things. Last year she attended our trip to Japan, and we traveled throughout Japan, and we did some Rosomi in Japan while we were there, and did a little indigo, and we've just become really good friends in the process.
I am teaching a workshop to 5 students. We've been working at it for the last 3 days, and they've come from all over the state of Florida to learn how to do different techniques with batik and the Japanese batik process known as Rosomi. So we've been experimenting with many different processes, including stamps, stencils, brush drawing, different brush stroking techniques, how I do my work, so it gives them ideas how they can do creative experiments with batik on their own. I am taking hot wax, and this is a combination of beeswax and soy wax, and I'm heating it up, and this is a Japanese brush that I paint with, and this area I have already dyed, so I am taking the wax and putting it over this area because I do not want any more color to invade this space. And this is actually a street scene that I saw in Cuba last year. Nice glossy sheen on it, and where I don't have wax right here, I'm going to paint black dye so it makes a scene where the wall meets.
I am Deb Crine. I'm from Marco Island, not too far from where Muffy lives, and this is my first time at the studio, and what we are doing now is we are ironing all the wax, as you can see, a lot of wax, out of a piece that Muffy has done for us here. And I have loved the class. I've learned a lot, and I can't wait to go home and try it on my own work. And she's a neighbor. She's not too far, so I might be calling her up.
I'm probably going to put it back it to a piece of mat board, and then put a mat around it and frame it, just like that. I think we've had a lot of fun out of this. Great teacher. We're having a good time, and the space is lovely. I've always enjoyed teaching here at the Fish House in the Eye of Fiber studio with Suzanne. This is the second time I've taught here, and it's always been a pleasure to be here.
My name is Denise. I am loving the classes. This is my second time at the studio, and I really enjoy learning from Muffy. And I'm just thankful for Suzanne for having this studio available. I come from Gainesville all the way down here, so yeah, I'm loving it.
Hi, my name is Pearlie Petrillo, and I'm a surface design artist, and I'm also a part of the Studio Art Quilt Association. It's called SAQUA in Florida, and I'm a group leader in my area, Port St. Lucie. And I've been dying to do this. It's my first It's my first time, and I've really had fun.
This piece I call Wash Day Tobago, and it's based on a photograph I took while visiting the island of Tobago 2 years ago. I love to travel, and wherever I travel, I look at clotheslines and photograph clotheslines. So I have ones from Trinidad, Tobago, Mexico, Indonesia, Guadeloupe, Tokyo. These are batik sarongs from Indonesia that are hanging on a clothesline for sale at a resort. So after I did the initial batik, I mounted it to a piece of felt, and then I went back in and cut it and added some felt underneath it so it has a little bit of a bulge to it. And then I found these miniature clothespins, and I thought, oh, that's the final touch. I did a row of sashiko sewing, which is Japanese style sewing, so I sewed the clothesline in, and I used some twigs to give the illusion of the posts holding up the clotheslines. You can see here, glued them in, and then I went back and attached the clothespins with a little bit of hot glue, and then I went back, and after I mounted it, this is eco felt. It's felt that's made with recycled plastic bottles. So after I put this together, then I said the best way to display it is looking like it's on a clothesline. So I hang all my clothing at home on clotheslines to dry. So I just salvaged some of my well weather-worn clothespins from that line, and I had some rope, and I had a dowel handy. So I figured, okay, Now I'm going to hang this from a clothesline to complete the piece. I started doing batik over 30 years ago after visiting Africa and saw an exhibition of batik artwork and fell in love. So over the years I have worked with different people and kept working on my process, and now I really enjoy teaching batik and rosame, which is the Japanese form of batik, to others.